You're listening to Racer Radio. I'm Dave.
And I'm Michelle.
And this segment is brought to you by El Cajon Ford, where nobody, absolutely nobody treats you better than El Cajon Ford. Hey, we got Dirt Dude on the line. Dude, I didn't know you guys raced last night.
Got what?
I didn't know you guys raced last night.
Yeah, it's on the schedule.
I know.
How much you pay attention to it, right? You guys were playing up in Paris, right? I know Michelle was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, I got to tell you, my friend, compared to your figure eight races, you knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, well, it's still fun. Those guys put on a show. I hope Batman had a better night there than he did at our track.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't get much better than winning.
Yeah. But, yeah, it was...
That guy's a great driver. And you finally got to see the trailer figure eights then, right?
Yeah.
That's not a trailer
you were
race.
Not kidding how fun it is to watch that. That was the best part of the whole thing.
Yeah, but see, back in the day, they'd put a trailer. It was a trailer. These are trailers with a chair tied to it,
one
or
guy
a baby
put a crib and a stroller and there was a surfboard on
and
one.
One guy won with two trailers because he crashed into another one and it tangled up on his trailer.
He dragged it in.
He still won the race, but
yeah. So
I'm trying to remember which the 10 Jesse. What's his? The Batman.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you see he has a little Batmobile he puts on his trailer, and he always managed to somehow. He doesn't lose his Batmobile or his trailer, his mini Batmobile.
Well, now last night he didn't have the Batmobile. He had a little
red car.
Blue.
Was it red or blue?
It was blue, like a little blue, just a generic
like a
toy.
pedal car.
Yeah,
like a pedal car.
Generic, toy car.
Yeah. He used to have like a little kid's quad that was the plastic quad that he used, something like that. But he manages. I mean, he'll win and he still keeps the trailer on, and he keeps whatever he's got on his trailer.
So funny. What was the weather like at Barona last night?
It was actually, I love it when it's like, it was damp and cold, a little bit of wind. I mean, it was actually on the verge of, I needed a jacket, but I don't ever need a jacket.
We froze
We froze to death. Everybody was in blankets and heavy jackets up there at Paris last night. The wind was awful.
Oh.
We had a little bit of wind, and it was cold, and I saw a lot of people kind of bundling up.
Yeah.
And the greatest thing was we never had any rain, but it was like, that nice colder air. I mean, I'm not looking forward to summer at all. I mean, I hate when it gets like anything above 80.
I know, and it's gonna. It's going to.
Yeah. Those 100+ days. I mean, that's why I would never live in anything other the other side of the mountains, to going even to Arizona or El Centro. I mean, I can't even figure out living in El Centro.
No, I'm right there with you, man. So how did it go last night?
We had a pretty good night. It wasn't as great as we've had in the last couple of races, but it was still a great night. I mean, there's a lot going on, different racing. I think there was someone said maybe a Kenny Chesney concert. There's probably a couple concerts. There's so much to do in San Diego. Mm-hmm. It's hard to do a draw. We had almost 600 fans show up, and we had about 62 cars show up, so it was good.
Right.
We just started doing the whole FM modulator for the PA system, so we're trying to work on that and see what the range is and how well that works, and a couple of things we're going to add to that. Just look at the PA system, so it's helping out.
Good.
Try not to blow out the drivers, so I took out a lot of bass out of my voice. And then that'll help protect the speakers from getting pounded. So our speaker guy went through the system, and we're making changes to that. We're talking about there's a new amp that'll be better for what we need, and the speakers we're running. Plus, with our FM module, we can actually hook a radio station or any kind of music we want to channel into it. Mm-hmm. And when I turn the mic on, it shuts it off, and when I turn the mic off, it turns it back on. So there's like a music bypass.
Wow.
Right. Yeah, and you can do it without having to worry about the FCC. It's a real low band at the far end of your radio dial. So, yeah.
Yeah, we were last night was 89.2.
Right.
And you're talking maybe a quarter mile radius. Yeah. Maybe if you can get it up to a half a mile radius, that'd be great.
But you're not that. It's perfect for the track.
Yeah, because all you need is for right in our track, the pits. If you want to try and get into the parking lot, mostly it's for the parking lot, the grandstands, and the pits. So we're not trying to send our signal down to San Diego or
no.
LA.
Well, I was going to suggest that because what we used to do is we used an FM transmitter and we put towers all over the place with little antennas, and that's how we and that's how we broadcast, with no cables. So you're on the right track.
Do like repeaters. You're doing a repeater station stuff
right.
like that.
Exactly. So you're on the right track.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things. We're gonna get it better. And track was really good last night. With that cold, moist air, it really helped when we did the cutting and watering. And some people said it was a single groove. I saw for a single groove. I don't know how we're doing 3-4 wide racing. On a single groove. So depends on who's. Like I said, the people that are the happiest are the winning, and the people that are the track wasn't their night are the people that came in last or had a bad night. Everyone, you can't make everybody happy except for the winners.
So how did it go last night?
We'll go to our kids. Kaylee Carty got another main event win. That's 3 for her, and that's a junior sprint. In the junior sprint division, our mini dwarf masters. Landon Burnell got a second main event win because Tommy Duarte, she comes up out of the desert, out of actually Yuma, got together with who was it? It was the PJ Sexton, got together, and then they had to both go to the back. So they ended up, it was a transfer spot, it's one of those things, DNF and Mooner won. Matthew K. got his fourth main event win in our sportsman mini dwarfs. That was our junior drivers. Onto the big track, pure stocks were the first ones out for the night. Dave Evangelo got a main event win. After some DQing, Dale Irwin got the main event win, but had unapproved motor parts, I guess, or unapproved when he went to tech, or didn't pass tech. Had to drop him down. A couple other people didn't go to tech, so basically it was moving everybody around. And in that, one of our friends, David Hunt, with a 92, big long car. I don't know if you saw, there's that silver and blue car. It's been at Paris. There's a 4, and then there's a 94. One's a 2-door, one's a 4-door, and they're both the same, big old boat. Was having a great night. Actually won his heat race. We did a dash for cash. I'd like to thank Troy Dirt. He kicked in $100, where we got 2 cars from each heat race, went to the transfer to this dash for cash, and it's $100 cash. Hey, who's going to take this? Dale Irwin got the win, but David Hunt has just slowly been dialing his car in while he won his heat race. He made it to the dash. He did well on the dash. Come to the main event. He's running well in the main event. He starts off on the pole, maintains second, drops back to third. Coming into turn 3 and 4, car came sideways, and it broke the axle, and he did 3 hard barrel rolls. I mean, 3 hard. I went up there and looked at it. There was divots in the track. See where it went, bottom of the car, top of the car, the door, and then over to the bottom of the car again. And every time there was the bottom of the car, there was wheel marks. Every time there was the top of the car, you could see where the A-pillar went into the track.
Brutal.
And there was blue paint. I mean, it was just a tough. Luckily enough, though, he got out of it. He walked out of the car, and Motorsports Fire and Rescue guys got there, and he was it rung his bell. I don't know if he lost a little bit of time or not, but it rung his bell. He was a little dazed for a little bit, and he told me. I talked to him later at the end of the night. He goes, "Yeah, I can feel where my belts were." And, there's a little pain in the back of my neck from just, whipping around a little bit.
Okay, well, that's better than a trip to the hospital.
Yeah, he did some really bad damage to the car. But, that was an interesting race. That was actually after the white flag. So, that was the last lap.
Wow.
So that was a lot of good just racing. In the dwarf cars, John Isabella, he had a rocket last night. Ryan O'Connor was trying to catch him. Honorable mention to Phil Confer. He got 3rd last night. He started 8th. He was the Hard Charger Award, so he made it up through the field pretty good. Those guys are just doing real good. Brian Brown had a great job in our street stocks. He got another main event win. That's his 4th main event win, and it was he had to work for that one. He started middle of the pack. He was started 7th, I think, out of the 14 cars we had, so midfield. And he had to work his way in. He got those last few laps getting up to the front. Into our modifieds, Stephen Eaton got his first main event win, and that was great to see. That's a kid that I've watched growing up, and I've been at this track for a long time, and a lot of my friends started racing dwarf cars, and they moved to modifieds, and it became, our family was a dirt track mafia, and there was like 3 or 4 guys that all hung out in this dirt track mafia, and it was his dad, Tom Eaton, and his brother, and then Steven came along, and he became part of the dirt track mafia. So I mean, he's been racing for years, and it was just amazing to see this kid get his first main event win. And
wow,
his dad was just like, for Father's Day, this is like the main event win.
Sure,
it was emotional. It was just great. I mean, it was such a killer deal to see that kid finally get a main event win.
All right, well, hey, it's bottom of the hour, bud. I'm gonna have to let you go. Quick, what's your next race?
2 weeks from now, but I'm going to be at the fair because, once again, we're doing monster trucks, and the kids are going to be at the fair and actually doing tough trucks, all kinds of cool stuff at the fair. And then our next race will be at our track, and I'll try and brief you everything. Everything's on the web, BaronaSpeedway.com, and Facebook. Follow us all on Facebook, and I can give anybody information that they want.
All right, and that's next Saturday at the Del Mar Fair? Next
Saturday, the 21st. The 22nd, Tough Trucks, 22nd, 23rd, 24th, off 25th, 26th. Then buggies, bikes on the 2 after that, and then 6 days of monster trucks.
Wow.
And the kids, the junior drivers right there.
All right, buddy. Hey, thanks a lot, Barona.
Come by and say hi.
I will. BaronaSpeedway.com, folks. BaronaSpeedway.com. All right.
Well, like us on Facebook. We Racer Radio has a page, and You Ought to Know has a page on Facebook. And if you want further information about our events and museums and hybrid and EV cars, go to carcentric.net. And Dave and I have enjoyed our 3 hours on radio today, and we'll see you next week.
Right here on AM 1170.
The Answer.
Who cares about the clouds if we're together?
Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather.
Happy trails to you till we meet again. Some trails are happy ones,
Others are blue. It's the way you ride the trail that counts. Here's a happy one.
Racer Radio on AM 1170 The Answer is sponsored by Love Radio Network.